Hi friends, welcome to my another video. This is the part 2 video in series of fire alarm system designing. In last part video, I discussed about the objective of the fire alarm system and I discussed about the key standard involved in order to design fire alarm system. Then I discussed about the responsibilities of the fire alarm system designer in very detail. Apart from that, I discussed about the different category of the fire alarm system. I deeply covered category M, which is a manual fire alarm system. I deeply covered category L, which is subdivided as L1, L2, L3, L4 and L5. And I discussed about the category P, which is subdivided as P1 and P2. In last video, I already covered that for the automatic fire alarm system, and the motto of that fire alarm system is to give protection to the life, then we have to go for L protection. If our motto is to give protection to the property only, then we have to go for category P protection. In this video, I will discuss based on the project what system will be suitable for that project. We will analyze the project and we will decide one of the category out of these category of the fire alarm system. So let's start. As I discussed in the last lecture that the category M is a manual fire alarm system. In this, there will be only the break glass near the all exits. So if any fire detected by human, he will break the glass and leave the building and alert the other staffs or occupant inside that building. Okay, but what we learned so far that it is not a automatic fire alarm detection system, it is a manual fire alarm protection system. So where we can use category M fire alarm system where the occupants are always awake and alert. Okay, so we can use it for the small offices. What is the limitation of this fire alarm protection system? We have to rely entirely on the human detection of fire. If human will detect, he will press the or break the break glass to alert the other occupants. So where we can use this M category fire alarm system where the occupants are always awake and alert. So it means there is no sleeping risk. Meaning in that project, there should not be any occupant who is sleeping inside. Okay, like offices. In offices, no one is sleeping. They are working and leaving their home and sleeping in their home itself. So there must be no sleeping risk. And the fire strategies accepted the delay of the fire alarm detection system. Why? As we know, in this system only manual call points are available. So if the human detected the fire very late, so this delay is accepted when we have to select the category M system. And this system where we can use where we have to accept the human response time is accepted. Human can respond immediately and human can respond very late also. So this we have to keep into mind. So where we can use category M system, we can use the category M fire alarm system where there is no sleeping risk and there is accepted delay in the fire alarm detection, and we have to accept the human response time for this system. Now let us discuss the category L protection. As in my last class, I discussed that the category L system is used for live protection. Okay, and this L system is subcategorized as L1, L2, L3, L4 and L5. Among all L system, the L1 is the highest degree of the fire alarm protection system. Okay, as I told you in the last video that in L1 system, we need the automatic fire alarm detection point in all rooms, voids and circulation area. Each and every room should have the fire alarm detection points. Okay, what is the goal? To detect the fire at very early time. Okay, early detection is the goal for the L1 fire alarm protection system. Where we can use this L1 fire alarm system, like hospitals, hotels, large public buildings, buildings with high fire risk and sleeping occupants. So wherever there is occupants sleeping inside that building, we have to go for L1 fire alarm protection system. Here it's mentioned where to select the L1 type of fire alarm system where there is a sleeping occupants. Another one, there is a high risk of life and the building which is complex and many occupants are residing inside it. As the L1 protection is the highest degree of the fire alarm protection, so we have to use this system for the complex building where the evacuation will be very difficult during the panic time, during the fire time, and where there is a sleeping accommodation is present, means occupants are sleeping inside, and where there is a high life risk. So where we can use L1 type of protection? in hospitals, in hotels, because in both places there is a sleeping occupants. Patient get admitted in the hospital. Hotel, we are choosing to rest, to sleep. Okay, like some apartment accommodations, there we can use L1 category of the fire alarm detection system. Now let us discuss L2, enhanced life protection. After L1, the L2 is the highest fire alarm protection system. As I discussed in the last class, in the L2 category fire alarm system, we will have the fire alarm detection points in all the escape route and the rooms which is directly connected to the escape routes. So this is the escape route and these rooms are directly connecting to the escape routes. So in category L2 system, the fire alarm points will be in the detection routes as well as the rooms which is directly connected to the escape routes. Apart from that, in the category L2, some rooms are highly risky rooms. Maybe data center room, IDF room, electrical room, any boiler, any kitchen. So these rooms are the very high risky room. Such rooms also have the detection points. So that category is called L2 type of fire alarm protection system. Hope you are very clear. So where this is the second most enhanced fire alarm detection system after L1. Okay, so what is the coverage? Automatic fire alarm system in the escape route, as I told you, high risk rooms and connecting room of the escape routes. So what is the goal? Goal is to detect the fire very quickly. So where to use this L2 type of protection system? Like in schools, dormitories. What is dormitories? Dormitories is like a common room where number of people are sleeping inside or number of people sitting inside. Care homes and commercial kitchen. So in such projects, we have to minimum go for L2 protection. We can go for L1 protection, but minimum is required L2 protection. Okay. And like I told you, for L1, apartments where there is a large sleeping occupants, there we cannot go for L2. The minimum requirement is L1. But when I am discussing L2 protection, we can go for L2 or one higher protection, that is L1, depending on the cost acceptance by the client. Now let us discuss about the L3 fire alarm protection level. As I told in my previous class, in the L3 type of fire alarm protection system, we will have the automatic fire alarm detection point in the escape route as well as in the rooms which is directly connected to the escape routes. What is the difference between L2 and L3? In L2, some critical rooms like kitchen, boiler room, where the risk of fire is more, that rooms also require the detection points. But in L3, it is only mentioning that those rooms which is escape routes or directly connecting to the escape route must have the detection point. So L3 type of fire alarm protection system we are using for offices and commercial building. So what is the selection criteria? Early warning is needed for safe escape, but rooms by room detection is not necessary. Only those rooms which is connected to the escape route need the fire alarm, automatic fire alarm detection point. And the important point to select this L3 system is that no sleeping risk involved. Means in that building, no one is sleeping at night or daytime. Okay, this building offices is meant for work. Commercial building is meant for work, not for the sleeping. So we can go for the L3 type of protection system for those projects where there is no sleeping risk. This is very important. Let us discuss now L4 fire alarm protection system. As I discussed in the last class, in L4 category, the detection points only required in the escape route. The rooms connecting to the escape route doesn't require fire alarm detection point. So this is one of the basic fire alarm detection system. Okay. So where to use this system? We have to use where there is a low risk offices, small shops. Okay, building with the good fire separation. So where to select this L4 type of fire alarm protection system? The buildings is low risk, small and well compartmented. Okay, and there is no significant fire load or sleeping occupant. So first criteria, in that building there should not be any sleeping occupant, and the building size should be very small, like small shops. In small shops there is a fire alarm device. So this shop is itself a escape route. Okay, because once the fire happens, the shopkeeper will move from this from this shops. So small shops, small offices required L4 type of minimum L4 type of protection system. So The two important point to note: where there is a no significant fire load, the risk of fire happening itself is very less, where the compartmentation of fire is very well maintained, and where there is no sleeping occupants, there we can go for L4 type of fire alarm protection level. Now let us discuss about the L5. L5 is a localized and customized fire alarm protection system, and it is not related anymore from L1, L2, L3 and L4. This type of fire alarm protection system required in a special room, like there is a LV room and other rooms are connected with this LV room. So other rooms having L1, L2, L3, L4 protection, and this LV room can have L5 type of special fire alarm protection system. So it is a localized and customized fire alarm protection system, where we can use this L5 fire alarm system in server room, archives, or the compartment for the design deviation. For example, I will tell you, in one building I have L1 type of fire alarm protection, and there is one room in this project which required VESDA system, very early detection system. So there is a deviation. This system is different and this system is different, but to protect this room we required another kind of fire alarm protection system, like for example VESDA system. So that will come under localized or customized fire alarm protection system. So it will be mostly in some services room and critical rooms. Okay, so far we learn which kind of project requires which type of fire alarm protection system. So we analyze the factor influencing our selection of the fire alarm system, right? Like building used for, what is the purpose of that building, what is the occupancy type, it's moderate, it's high, okay, the size and the complexity of the building, okay, escape strategy, fire risk assessment, insurance and legal requirements, client requirement and business community, and integration with the other system. So based on this factor, our selection of the fire alarm system will differ, like from L1 to L5. Now let us take our project example. This is a senior accommodation building, means this is the accommodation building for senior staff. Okay, so it means there will be the senior staff will sleep in this building. So as there is a sleeping risk involved, so we can go either L1 and L2 type of protection, no lower than L1 and L2. So if the client is ready to pay for L1 type of protection, we have to go for the higher fire alarm protection level like L1. If client is not ready to pay for L1 type of fire alarm protection, then minimum we can go for L2 type of protection, but we can't go for L3 and L4 type of protection as there is a sleeping risk involved. The people at night will sleep in this building. I hope you clearly understood how to determine the different category of the fire alarm system or the different level of the fire alarm protection system. If you really like this video and find this video informative, then please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for future videos update. We will meet in any other video. Till then, take care, keep learning, and bye bye. Thank you so much.